Welcome to the Wildly Free Podcast. I'm your host, Hannah Plord, business mentor, 3-times founder, and marketing nerd. On this podcast, you'll learn how to break free from the traditional job world and pave your own path so that you can go all in on life. Grab your favorite warm drink and pull up a chair as we talk all things marketing, growth, strategy, and the real and raw sides of entrepreneurship. I'm still on my walk, but I get my best ideas on my walk, and I wanted to tune you into something I'm personally doing to reach my goals, because I've been telling you guys, you need to be getting out of your comfort zone, you need to be pushing yourself, you need to be doing that extra credit, you need to be taking up more space, being louder and bolder, more convicted in your offers. So if you may or may not know this, but I've been working towards a $30,000 month. I know right now I'm satisfied with what I'm doing. I'm getting great results. I love the clients that I'm working with. I'm feeling lit up every single day, but I want more. Just like all of you, I want to serve more people. I want to make a bigger impact. It's all about serving as many people as possible, because I have been in your shoes. I have tried the things that experts say, post 3 times a day and you'll just be successful. Do this or that and you'll be successful. And it hasn't worked. But what does work is storytelling. What makes sales feel easy and flow is having a story framework. What makes my offers sell the way that they do is because they're backed with story. They're backed from real experience. And so I want to help as many people do this and change their lives, because I know there's so many people out there that are putting in the work. I'm working with some clients, I'm getting some results, but I dream bigger for myself. I want more. I want to compete with the big dogs. I want to become a millionaire one day. I want to pay off my debt. I want to have more money than I know what to do with. So anyways, I'm working on hitting a $30,000 month, and I want to break down the steps that I'm doing to get there. So no surprise here, I'm following my framework: offers, storytelling, content and sales, and leadership. And starting off with offers, here's when I'm shifting to reach my goals. Because you might be thinking okay, she just needs to sell X amount of spots and then she'll hit $30,000 months. But I could just sell a really high ticket program, or I could sell a low ticket program and just get 100 people in. But I want to have time and space on my calendar. So I'm looking in the future. I'm being very careful with how I am setting up my business, because I know what's going to happen is I'm going to hit $30,000 months, and then it's going to quickly jump to $50,000 months, and then it's going to quickly jump to $70,000 months. And so I need to set up my business so that I don't burn myself out. Also, you may or may not know this, but in the summer, I live off the grid. And I don't have a lot of space or Wi-Fi to be on calls all day long. So I want to set up my business to basically run itself in the summer, and to give myself enough time as I am busy planning my wedding that's happening in a year. So excited. I want to give myself enough time and space to plug in with my fiance, Richard, book the caterers, book the DJs, figure that all out, so that we have the best wedding of our dreams. So I need time, I need space, but I also want to serve. So with that in mind, what I'm doing is right now I'm refining my offer ladder. So that's a system that I use in my business. If you're in Force of Nature, you get access to that training, of course. But I'm refining my offer ladder so that it brings in a specific type of person. So right now my freebie has been I change it every week, but it leads to the Current, which is a Telegram channel. And I'm not in love with that format right now. I want someone to plug in and immediately get a really good training. I want someone to come in, grab my freebie and be holy cow, she'd be charging $100 for this. So what I'm doing instead is I'm redoing my freebie so that it's something that I don't really have to plug into, right? All about having that, the numbers to support my goal, to have a big amount of leads coming in, because my TikTok is really starting to take off. And I know if I have a really, really spicy, juicy freebie, which I will most likely send in here so you guys can get first access to it. But I want people, I know if I have a really juicy freebie that's going to solve their problem that they're coming to my channel for, they're going to eat it up. So I'm going to get an influx of leads. And so I want my leads to be like blown away with the level of service that I give them, because I know there's a lot of people right now who are trying to sell, make money from home, but they have no business selling that. There's a lot of people who are getting burned by coaches. There's a lot of people who are just not getting support that they're promised. And it pisses me off because I'm a teacher. I was a teacher before becoming an entrepreneur, and I love to teach. So sorry if it's windy. It's blowing right in my face. I'm trying to block my microphone here. So my freebie that I'm planning is, it's going to be 10 stories you can tell in your content to sell your offer. And it's just going to be like a little Google Doc that they can download and plug into. I'm also going to be attaching a welcome video to that because, like I said, I want them to feel like this is something I could charge $97 for. So they're going to get a welcome video. It's going to be like almost as if they're downloading a course. That's the level of quality that I want to have. I want to have good branding that is behind it. So it's like, it's not something I just threw together. It's something that I put a lot of thought into and people are going to get a lot out of. The next thing I'm going to do is when they download this freebie, they're going to be entered into a 5 to 7 step email process, which is going to welcome them, show them my story, tune them into who I am, the work that I do with my clients, the type of support that they can expect from working with me. And I'm also going to give them a very special upsell. So if they loved the freebie, I'm going to invite them into my Income on Fire, which is a 5-day challenge, pre-recorded, set up so that it drips to them every single day. And this 5-day challenge is going to help them find the missing gaps in their business. And the missing gaps are going to go over offers, content, messaging, sales, and their energy. Ooh, interesting. Those are the 5 things that I teach. So they're going to get a feel of my framework in that. It's going to be something that's $97 maybe to the public, but if they're in my world because they downloaded this freebie, they're going to have a chance to download it for like $22 or something like that. I haven't really figured that part out yet, but it's going to be heavily discounted and it's going to be just for them, and it's going to be a time limit for them. So they have to join within the 7 days of downloading the freebie. All right, next step after they join Income on Fire is they're going to be again, I haven't figured this out. I'm either going to have them go into a content intensive with me, which is a one-on-one call where we can schedule out 30 days of content, or I'm going to invite them to join Force of Nature, which obviously is my signature program, and that's going to give me more money in the long run. But right now, I've been really focusing on having more quality time with my clients and getting face-to-face and networking and just like showing face in my business. And I know that, like, how many of you have thought if I could just get on a call with my possible clients, then I would sign more clients. But right now, like, finding them, getting them in my world is the hard part. That's me too. Like, I know if I start have a conversation with someone who is interested in joining my world, I know they will join my world once they get on a call with me. So I might play around with having this content intensive where they can really, really, really get a feel of working with me in close proximity. And then they can use that credit. Again, the content intensive will be discounted slightly using the Income on Fire purchase that they made. And then they can use that content intensive to join Income on Fire with a credit as well. So that is what I'm setting up my offer ladder to be. As you can see, it really takes people, it's strategic. It takes people on a journey. It takes people up the ladder of working with me. And the more they continue to opt in, the more support that they get from me, the more value they get from me. Okay, so that's what I'm doing with my offers. Can I just take a few minutes to say thank you? I appreciate you taking the time to listen to the Wildly Free podcast. If you've been enjoying it, would you please consider leaving a review or taking a moment to share it on Instagram? Be sure to tag me. Each month, I'm drawing one lucky person who reviews or shares it on Instagram to win a free content intensive with me.
If you're chosen, you'll be contacted via Instagram, so make sure you let me know you wrote a review. Then you'll be given a link to book your call with me. On the call, you'll get feedback on your content, and we'll map out 30 post ideas you can use to sell your offer. Each time you share, you'll be entered in to win again. So come back each month for your chance to win. Thanks again for listening. Okay, let's get back to the episode.
With my storytelling content and messaging, I am going back into all the workbooks that I have inside Main Character Messaging. Again, if you're inside Force of Nature, you have access to that. And I'm going to redo my messaging just to make sure that it's aligned. My TikTok messaging is going to be focused more on the people, getting people into the 10 stories freebie. And then my Instagram is going to be focused on getting people into Force of Nature and booking content intensives with me, because my audience is a little bit more of a hot audience on Instagram. So I'm going to go back into my messaging. See, this is work that you do all the damn time when you are growing your business. Like, you don't just do it once and you're like, okay, I'm good. I'm constantly going back to these worksheets. I'm constantly going and refining and making sure I'm speaking to the right type of person. What can happen with the type of work that I do, since I work with social media marketing, is sometimes I can call in people who just want to go viral, who just want a quick fix, who wants to make money fast, And I really want to be working with the clients who aren't afraid to go big. If you can't tell by these last 2 weeks with me, I love challenging people and pushing them out of their comfort zones and having them go above and beyond. So I want people who are going to do that. I want people who are going to take action. They're going to leave a call with me 10 minutes later, say, hey, I just did the strategy that you suggested. Guess what? I just signed a client. Get rapid results from taking rapid action. So I need to refine my messaging to make sure that it's aligned to call in that type of person. And I'll be doing self-checks as well. And then lastly, my energy and the way that I show up, the leadership. I am pushing myself in the gym. I'm pushing myself in the community. I'm joining new things. I'm getting myself out there. I'm doing things that push me out of my comfort zone. And I'm doing things also that raise my energy. So I know when I go to the gym in the morning, I feel really freaking lit up. And then if I follow that with a call or a live stream, my call or live stream is going to be on fire. So I'm going to, for the next 7 days, it might be longer than that. It might be until the end of 2024. But I'm going to be doing gym in the morning, wake up at 6:30, go to the gym, come home, eat a nourishing breakfast, then do a live stream at 10 on Instagram every single day. If anyone else wants to take this challenge with me, come and join me, or come watch and be a part of it, because it's going to be really, really fun. I'm going to give you a lot of value. But this is an action that I'm doing. This is the extra credit that I'm doing to really get myself face to face with my audience and my community and continue to build relationships, share my story, get myself out there. I might be doing some collabs. I might be doing some free coaching on these as well, just to give an example of what it's like to work with me, maybe some audits. So that is an action that I'm taking. And like I said, my energy wise, I am taking actions outside of my business to set myself up to really, really fired up and energetic on when I'm plugged into my business. Then also I've been going on weekly walks in the afternoons, because I noticed that my energy kind of dips at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So instead of like going for a nap or something, which is okay if that serves you, but that's not what I'm looking for. So instead of going for a nap, or instead of taking a break and watching Netflix or something, or scrolling, I'm moving my body even more. Even if I went to the gym this morning, I'm still moving my body, still getting myself out there. It doesn't have to be physical. I don't have to sweat, but it just needs to be outside, because I get my best ideas when I'm outside and I'm moving my body and I'm walking. So that is what I am doing. Every single action that I take is really intentional. I'm setting up my offers to capture people into my world, to serve the heck out of them, to give them insane value, which is really going to position me as an industry leader. And I'm also going to be selling every single day on my stories, multiple times a day. I'm going to be doing those live streams where I'll be selling. I am pushing myself out of my comfort zone by doing a live stream every single day. So if I can do it, you can do it. Let's show up. I promise you the first couple of days might feel a little hard, might feel a little tricky, but by day 5, by the end of the week, you're like, oh, I can do this again. No problem. I also want to remind you that you don't have to go live every single day, but I do want you to be posting on your stories, and it doesn't have to take long. It literally takes like 10 to 15 minutes sometimes for me to do it. Same with my live stream. They're not going to be long live streams. I might just go for 10 to 15 minutes, but the act of me showing up for 10 to 15 minutes is what's going to be that extra credit that really, really, really boosts me closer, builds that momentum. It's like the slingshot of me pulling back the arrow and letting go. And the arrow will fly and hit the contact. Hit the, what's the word? The bullseye? That's not the word I'm looking for, but you know what I mean. So tiny little actions, every moment that you are like, I don't want to do this, I want you to be like, nope, I have to do this. Anytime you don't want to do something, within reason, right? Boundaries and stuff. But anytime you don't want to do something in regards to your business, I want you to be like, why don't I want to do this? And then go do it anyways. Because when you take those decisions to do something, even though your body's like, I don't want to, you are pushing yourself out of your comfort zone and you're going to get a little bit closer to your goal.